Are we live? Oh,
Should be.
Call in, tell us if we're live.
something's happening. Yes.
Oh, here we go. This is it then. Right.
Something's happening. We really need an intro for this, don't we? Hello and welcome to Luthiers Question Time. Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Episode 6.
Episode 6 from the Guitar Building Academy. I can't even speak.
Yeah.
Today we're in the DGD room because it was easier to just stream from here than take everything downstairs, where we're gluing lots of guitars up. So
I'm not used to working without sawdust on the floor. For future, can we just bring a bag?
We'll just bring a bag.
I could just probably brush it off.
I'm sure Joe will really enjoy that next time. So yes, questions, tips, tricks, and training. That's what the old Ben used to say on the old YouTube. I remember back in the day. We have had a question in the community from Stephen about. Oh, Ricky, can you read it out?
Yeah.
From behind the camera.
Behind the camera.
Yeah.
I do have a question. How to wire up a sort of reverse tone control, i.e. as you dial it back, it turns into a high pass filter, sending more of the bass to ground and leaving the higher frequencies.
Yes. And our immediate reaction was, Sam! Ah!
And then on a little further thought, you kind of think probably need to go active.
Yeah,
do that.
or just don't bother putting it in a guitar. Like,
I would go EQ pedal.
yeah, use an EQ pedal because the tone is sending signal like through the capacitor to ground, right? Is that the idea? And it cuts away the high frequencies.
Yes. So when you turn the tone up,
yes,
the treble up, you're actually sending less of the signal through the capacitor.
Yes.
So when you turn it down, you're actually sending more through.
Yeah.
But the effect is it cuts treble.
Yes.
It doesn't add anything.
Yeah.
And you could change capacitor, but it would just change a different bit of the treble frequency or take a different proportion of it out.
Yes.
So it kind
unless you can you wire your tone up like left, like the other way around, so that when it's all the way up, the tone is activated, and you're just turning it the other way. Yeah, you're just turning it the other way to add the treble back in.
Yes.
Some sort of EQ would definitely do it.
Yes. I think you should get an EQ pedal and do it that way. That's the way I would do it. It's easier to, because you've got way more frequency bands on, like even just like the little Boss pedal. You can just like mess about with all the EQ things, and then instead of trying to put it in the guitar.
Yes.
Yeah. I would say that that's the wisest move.
Or go active.
Yeah.
Or go active. And then you have the fun of batteries. The joy of 9-volt batteries.
And I mean, to come from a bass playing world, it's a sort of just ongoing war between active and passive.
Yes.
And I'm very
Which
much
one's
the
better?
passive thing. Yes, it has its failings, but it's just so much more.
You don't have to change any batteries.
You don't ever change batteries, but it's, I don't know, it's real, it's organic, it does it, whereas I find active often just sounds a bit artificial.
Active, for me, I quite like some active pickups, but they are very on or off. There's no like nuance in your playing. It's kind of like, if you're in a death metal band and all you want to do is just great, fine. But if you have any clean section,
for me, it's
kind of
like,
goes okay.
particularly with bass, it's like active players always say, I can dial up any tone with this. What you can do is you can dial up. It's almost like you ask AI to come up with a classic bass tone, and it comes, and that's how active pickups sound to me.
Yeah, AI.
It sounds like AI has come up with a classic tone. Which, probably doesn't make any sense, but it made sense to me.
Oh, Thomas of Rainbow's in the chat. He's come to spy on the DGD new stuff for tomorrow, I see. I see an SG.
Don't talk to me about SGs.
You may see an SG. There is one up there. And a Chapman ML2, yes. Yes. Do you have any guitar questions, Thomas? That aren't about the guitars that are in the room with us? Or are, but not about how much the tickets are going to be, because I don't know the answer to that.
No, don't ask us anything about DGD.
That's a joke
other than
question.
the basic principles of how it works.
Yes.
Even then, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
Not my department.
Yeah. Any other things we could talk about?
We've just launched a new course.
Yes, we've launched a new course. What is it?
5 minutes
Fretwork 101 was launched 5 whole minutes ago.
Yep.
And it is how much?
$49.99.
$49.99. Is that launch sale price?
That's a launch sale
sale price. $49.99. Fretwork 101 for cheaper than it would cost you to get your guitar done.
Yeah.
Fretwork
And,
wise.
it's the player interface.
Yes.
The strings and the frets. So if that's not right, then
Yeah.
it plays like a bag of spanners, no matter what pickups you've got in it.
This is true. Yeah.
And Sean explores a few different tools and a few different options. So
Right.
it's quite a useful course if you wanted to try
Yeah,
different methods.
it's probably one of those things that seems the most daunting, but it's actually not that daunting once you get all the techniques down.
And there's a lot of like detail that make the difference.
Mm-hmm.
There's the basic principles, level, crown, polish, but there's all the sort of fret ends and and it's the devil is in the detail.
Yes.
Really, that makes the real difference.
But yeah, once you've got it,
Yeah.
your guitar will
A little bit of practice goes a
be
long
better.
way.
Yeah. I'm offered to trade my PRS SE with an Ibanez RG 8-string, and I can't decide. Well, you can't decide whether you want an 8-string or not.
Don't ask me about 8 strings. No, we're getting.
To be fair, I don't actually own an 8-string. I've made a bunch, but I don't own my own 8-string.
Do you not own one because you feel you have no need for one, or?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a 27 to 25.5 inch scale, multi-scale 7-string, and I tune that down to like drop F sharp, so I don't know if I need to go lower than that. But if I was going to go lower, I could just extend the range, like extend the scale length rather than extend how many strings I need. I don't know if I need 8 strings. I could just get a longer scale 6 strings.
It's not about need.
Do I want 8 strings? Do I want 8 strings? PRS SE with an Ibanez RG8. What kind of RG? Not all RGs are equal. Yeah. Reply faster, everyone.
More detail.
Yes, more detail needed, Thomas.
Or build one.
Or build one, yes. Maybe one day I'll do a build an 8-string course.
Put it in the community that you want an 8-string course.
That's
and then,
it.
Then Matt's legally obliged.
If it's in the community, I'm legally obliged to do it. But please don't put stupid stuff in there now. They're like, double semi-hollow acoustic through neck multi-scale with a Tunematic and a Floyd somehow.
Piezo,
Yeah, there you go.
It's a good job I'm not in this community because it's like a red rag to a bull to me. Don't put stupid ideas in. Ooh, come on.
There's a reason you're not.
I know using machines are super great, making life much easier, but do you ever or have you ever used hand tools? Yeah. How would you make a body slab of wood planed without a planer?
When you say hand tools, I mean, are you banning us from electricity?
Yeah, that's it. Are you banned from electricity or not?
Could get really extreme and go Stone Age build. I have discussed this
Stone
before,
Age
but
build.
you can't really build an electric guitar with Stone Age tech. Prove us wrong. Who knows?
Yeah.
You can use routers. You can make a sort of router.
You could make a
bit
router sled,
to,
yeah.
to cut the top.
If you had a really flat table or something, then you could make a sled for your router and then flatten it that way.
You could use a plane. I mean, you think. Or
You could use a
you
hand
could-
plane,
Yeah,
yeah.
depends how primitive you want to get.
Yeah, hand plane would do it. But planers aren't that expensive.
And also, a lot of timber supply, you get
We'll
someone to
plane it for you, yeah.
So
Yeah, lots of places will plane
just
it for
depends how difficult you want to make life for yourself, really.
you. Yes. On the topic of Ibanez, gem, work of art or gaudy disaster, and how does the PIA compare? What's the PIA? Which is the PIA? Ricky's like Googling PIA. Is PIA his newest, Steve Vai's newest signature model?
It's
Yeah.
the one with the 2 water drops instead of the.
Oh yeah, okay. I wouldn't say it's a gaudy disaster, but I don't know if I'd call it a work of art either. It's just a super strat with a hand hold. Yeah, for me.
It looks kind of workman. It's a tool. It is. It does the job. I'm neither horrified nor excited.
That's
by
it.
I'm usually quite opinionated.
Yeah. With guitars are tools, and it does the job that Steve Vai wants it to do for him, right? But I don't really like HSH because I find that the single chord gets in my way. I always hit it.
I don't like a middle pickup.
I don't like the middle
put one
pickup.
on a guitar by accident. Well, not by accident. Thinking,
Yeah.
I'm making a nice guitar for myself. There's a gap there. I should put a pickup in, and instantly regretted it.
Yeah, it gets in the way for me.
Yeah, if you may get to see the guitar at some point, but that middle pickup, I've just dropped it right out of the way.
Yeah,
I don't
just
use
lower
it,
it.
and it's just right out of the way now.
Yeah, I think the only time a middle pickup works for me is on a Strat, but I'm not playing like. It seems to be further out the way than if you do HSH, for some reason. We've got Strats in there. I guess it's just where my pick lands. Yeah, on that Strat there. I'm gonna grab it. We can talk about playing position and where the pickups are and all that exciting.
And my
jazzy
fundamental problem with Strats,
Oh, what's your fundamental problem with the Strat?
that volume control.
Being that close. Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I pretty much anchor my hand there, and my little finger just tends to curl around it,
Yeah.
and so the volume goes
You end
up
up
and
turning
usually
down.
actually just down.
Yeah. Yeah, see, maybe it's just because it's lower, but lots of the HSH, I am picking around that area. I don't know, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm either picking around that middle pickup and I just feel like it gets in the way on lots of HSH, but maybe not so much on a Strat, I don't know.
No, I used to play with a very committed Strat player, and he reckoned that tone of the middle and bridge pickup together was
Yeah, position
he got
2 is
very excited about it.
position 2 is the best on a Strat. 2 and 4, I think.
But then if you've got a humbucker in the bridge, you're kind of getting position 2-ish sort of.
You kind of are because you split the bridge.
Or you could go full on Nigel Tufnell, like he's got that guitar that's got. It's not 4 It's just a whole
it's just
wall
a
of
wall,
pickups from bridge to neck.
Yeah, dear me. Electricity is of course welcome. I just don't have any big tools. I used to work as a pipe fitter, so I've used hand drills, angle grinders, hand Dremels. I would love to make a guitar one day, but I'm not interested in investing in stationary machinery for my first builds if I ever get to it. Yeah, so
Buy some wood ready planed.
yeah, you can.
Everything you've described is the stuff we use here.
Yeah, hand drills, you can pretty much do everything.
You need a hand router, but that's
Hand
not
router.
crazy money.
Yeah, if you've used a Dremel, it's basically a small router, so you're just sizing up there, really.
Dremel only build.
Dremel only
We
build.
should probably. We get asked a lot about minimal tool builds.
Yeah, minimal
We've got
tool builds.
Our essentials that we wouldn't compromise on. So maybe we should.
Yeah, we should make a list of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
essential
Because
tools.
you're working on the kit, which is kind of a step even before for that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, I mean, I would say a router is essential.
That's pretty much
100%.
the one thing you can't do without.
Yeah. Because you could essentially cut the body out with a router if you really wanted to. It sucks, but you can do it.
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah, I've done it as well.
Especially if you have a random orbital.
What, a sander as well? That saves you lots of time, but again, you can sand it by hand.
If you've got time.
If you've got time, sand it by hand. It's a pain in the arse, but I'd say like a router and fretwork tools, and that's about it.
Yeah.
We should do it. Well, I volunteered, Matt.
Oh, I don't want to have to build a neck with. Can I do a neck with a router? Just big round over bit, just both
I've
sides.
heard
use
of
a-
people
use a
doing that.
shin
Yeah,
I've
I've seen
heard of
people do
doing it.
Just use a shinto. That's not.
Not allowed. Router only. Router only build.
No tools build. You got teeth and fingernails. Oh.
How many years have I got to build this guitar? Are there any iconic middle pickup tones? I always felt like Strat's middle pickup was just for the humbucker positions.
That's
It's a great question. Middle pickup.
personally,
Tones.
I couldn't. I mean, I'm not enough of a guitarist. I tend to use one pickup or the other for a song, and I don't.
Yeah, I don't change pickups mid-song lots of the time, like ever,
Yeah,
really.
I
mean, most
just
of the
know
time
that
I
from
have
my
one.
experience of having a middle pickup, I've just found it got in the way. And as you say, it's that position 2
Yeah.
that is the thing.
Position 2 on the
That's
Strat
what it's there for.
is the
I suppose it's neither one. It's neither a bridge pickup nor a neck pickup, but something in between. And for me, I'm all about the extremes. I want one or the other.
Yeah. I don't know about middle pickup tones.
I don't even touch the tone knob.
Well, I don't touch a tone knob either, really. I don't know why Strat needs 2. What a waste of time that is. In my opinion. I'm sure everyone will fight me about that. There are a couple of neck shaping jigs online that are designed around the router. Yeah, we could do carving a neck with a router. I've never carved a neck with a router, but I don't see why I couldn't. Big round over bit. Just follow the.
Yeah,
Follow the
I've
fretboard
seen
and just-
people do it on a router table
Yeah.
with
Okay,
such a
it'll work.
thing, but you'd need pretty serious tools because to be able to cut essentially half the neck in one pass.
Yeah, it's going to be a.
That's one way to find out.
hold on, and yeah. If you've gotten around to watch some Milehouse Studio videos on YouTube, he makes or buys some cool jigs to make life super easy. A previous Crimson. Yeah, we know Milehouse Studios. Yeah, he's.
We almost met him.
Again,
Yeah, I met him at the Birmingham show, I think.
he was gonna come.
He was going
visit
to
us a
come.
couple of weeks ago, but I think it's been rescheduled into early next year.
So he'll be coming next year. For a course or just to see us?
I think to do some content.
Nice. So yeah, he'll be coming next year. Yeah, I met him at the Birmingham show this year, I think, or the year before. I can't remember, but yeah, nice guy.
I'm sure he was one of Sean's first students when Sean started. It must have been late 2020,
Yeah.
early 2021.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, also, yeah. Let us know if there are any jigs that you like that we don't do that you think we could do, or you think even needs inventing. Like any jig that you're like, why has no one made this? Yeah. Why has no one done this jig before? Because we are always interested in looking at making our lives easier in lots of ways. Yeah, I do like a good jig as long as it works.
Yes.
When it doesn't work, well,
Yeah.
that was a waste of time. Should have done it the other way. We sell the Dremel one, right? The
Yeah.
square base with the that's a great one. Love that. I used to do that by instead of having a box, I just had a straight edge and I would just push it up against it.
Right.
But then as soon as the Dremel went in, it like wondered a little bit. So always one end was slightly wider and I had to widen the rest of it to match. But yes. South Buddha. Hey guys, first time seeing your channel in my live feed, so I'm checking it out. Welcome. Hello.
Hello.
Do you have any guitar building questions for us? Even if it's how do you build a guitar, we could answer that.
We've got a course for that.
Yeah, we've got a course for that.
You shape the wooden bits to the right shape, put the metal bits on,
Yep, put the magnets in.
put the wiring in.
And there you go, bish bash bosh.
Yeah.
Guitar.
Well,
Done.
Oh, we missed out finishing.
Nah.
There,
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just spray some stuff on. It's fine.
Yeah, spray some stuff on, put the magnets in. There you go, done. Easy. I have occasionally wondered if there's a simple compound radius jig. I feel like all the ones I've seen are complicated. Yes, it is going to be complicated because you're essentially because the fretboard's tapered, that makes it complicated. And then you've got to take. You're essentially doing like a cone shape.
Yeah,
If
you're blending one radius into another.
Yes. Yeah.
I
So-
swear a lot
You swear a lot.
when I'm doing content radio.
I start with the flattest one, do the whole thing with the flat one, and then work my way from the nut to the flat one with the other ones.
The tighter one, and then
Yeah.
use leveling beams to
And then
finish
leveling-
the sanding,
leveling
and
beams
that
to blend
blends
it
the
together.
two. Yeah.
Yeah, so the regular one I do is 12 to 16. So I'll do the whole fretboard at 16, and then I will do basically from frets, from the nut to like 8th fret at 12, and then 14 in the middle, and then blend them together. Obviously, I try not to put like a step on the
Yeah.
side. It's still kind of blended, but yeah.
I've seen a jig which like vibrates. It goes on the top and it like.
We're talking about guitar building.
Yeah. For a compound radius, so
Yeah.
I guess they've CNC'd out the reverse side of the radius, put some sandpaper on, because you've only got a minuscule amount of movement. So if by having it vibrating, it gives, I guess, enough movement that we wouldn't be able to do as mere morsels.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks well complicated.
But then again, it's essentially it's not that difficult to process.
No.
If you sand 2 or more different radii and then
Blend them together with a flat bit, yeah. Yes. No questions, just a singer-songwriter who loves guitar, so I'm subbing and clicking the bell. Thank you very much.
We'll be back doing this on the
We'll-
8th of January.
Yeah, we'll be back after Christmas doing this, 8th of January. What's the worst guitar you've worked on? Have either of you ever had an accident and ruined a build? What went wrong? Well, the first call, what's the worst guitar you've ever worked on? In terms of like
build quality
or like the state that someone's left it in.
I think probably worst build quality was that. I don't know if you saw it was like a little kiddie Strat that I had in a couple of months ago.
What, the student brought in? Oh, that was a little Les
That
Paul
was
thing, wasn't it?
no, it was one. It belonged to one of my partner's grandchildren. He'd been given this, and it was like a Strat about that big, and it had a neck kind of that long with no truss rod in it or anything. And you could sort of, and it's so small that you had to put quite heavy strings on it to get some tension. It sort of worked. You could get it to, and also because it's so small, the tuning is so unstable.
Yeah.
It was It kind of looked cute, but
No.
Hopefully he's
So, yeah. So it's Sam.
not been discouraged too much.
Yeah, hopefully he's still playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, Sam will probably hate me for saying this, but like in general, lots of old guitars I don't like working on because I'm scared that things won't work, and then someone tells me it's worth £30,000, and I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of a specific worst guitar. I've had guitars where someone has like taken it on tour and they're really sweaty and they haven't changed the strings or cleaned anything, and then they're like, can you do a setup? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So you're like scraping dead skin and gunk off, and it was so gunky. It had a Floyd Rose. His sweat had corroded the adjustment to hold the strings in, so once I undid it and then tried to put it back in, it just threaded the metal.
Yeah.
So basically his Floyd was ruined by his own sweat.
That was what I was going to say, that someone get an instrument and it works kind of okay, this ancient instrument, and it's fine until you start messing with it.
Yeah.
And then you sort of break the sort of ancient
equilibrium
of dust and gunk, and a thing comes in to have one string changed, and while you're doing that you notice this isn't quite right, but as soon as you touch that, this goes wrong and that's out of line. That
feels like lots of finish repairs I do.
A very small job escalates into
quickly.
something huge.
Yes. Have either of you ever had an accident and ruined a build? Accident? I don't know about accident.
Not a
and
whole
ruined
build.
No.
I've
ruined the second neck I ever built. I ruined it by I don't know if accident is the right word. It was more of just a learning mistake. So
Yeah.
what I did was, I was like, oh, I've never done carbon fibre reinforcement, so I'll do that. So I did the truss rod channel. I did 2 channels for the carbon fibre, and the carbon fibre was really tight, so I hammered it in. Hammered it in, dig. Then I was like, came to carve the neck, and I was carving the neck, and then
What's that funny little
what's
line?
the little line?
Yeah.
And it was the pressure of the carbon rod, like cracking the grain open. And I was like, oh, good, okay, so that neck's going in the bin. But learning experience. Don't hammer anything in. Don't force it if it won't go.
I mean, I built a guitar. At the time, it was the most ambitious guitar I'd ever made. A bound headstock, double bound, body bound, fretboard, beautiful looking thing. And I tested the truss rod before I put in. I always test the truss rod. And I completed the guitar, put some strings on it. Oh, just need to adjust the truss rod. I put an Allen key in it, just went round and round and round. There was no
snap.
Didn't feel like it snapped or anything. It just went round and did nothing. I mean, I managed to save it.
Yeah. Did you drill out the back and hammer it?
No, I took out the neck pickup because it was a Les Paul type. It's angled neck, so I took out the neck pickup and drilled through, and luckily found the end of the truss rod, put a steel rod in, and drove it out through the headstock, and then put another one back in. It played like a bag of spanners. I hadn't realised that it basically had made the fretboard. While I'd levelled the thread, so I had to re-level it. But it actually plays well. I've gigged with it since.
Well.
But it was one of those moments where, what should have been my moment of triumph.
Yes.
Was like,
this
may well be ending up on the fire. Set neck guitar.
Yeah,
set
neck
make
through
another
neck,
neck for it.
Yeah, I've had finished guitars where I've shipped them, and then the shipping company has broken it.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, cool, thanks. That's a great feeling.
I mean, everyone wants to scrap a neck at some point.
Yeah. That's the thing with.
The things go wrong, but you rarely actually. My very first attempt at a scratch build, I built a fretless bass, and the neck was horribly unstable. It just never seemed. I gigged with it once, and I was actually adjusting the truss rod between sets because it was just horribly unstable. And it turned out also that the body had live woodworm in that resisted at least 2 attempts to kill it.
Fantastic.
So that whole instrument ended up on the fire.
That's probably a wise move.
So yes, I have, thanks to nature, and probably not. I didn't have no idea. This was many years ago. I was just sort of.
It's one of those things with guitar building. It's you make some mistakes and you just try not to make the same mistake twice. That's how you go.
I often say with students who come to the school that there's not very many bench-built or boutique-built guitars that don't have some minor mistake or something that you haven't had to think around a problem or change something.
Yes. Look, there's been a few design features that hide mistakes, but is it aim for perfection, be happy with 80% or something like that?
I think make that up, but okay.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Some of the coolest things we've done in the actual school here, some of the coolest guitars have had some horrendous mistakes that we've fixed and actually have come out. There was one guy, he routed a pickup cavity in just completely the wrong place.
Yeah.
So what we did, we just routed a strip out the middle of the guitar, put a strip of a contrasting wood in, and instantly you got this mad go faster stripe down the middle. Even he agreed, it looked far better than he thought it was going to look. And we've done a number of ones like that where to sort of fix some kind of problem,
you do something.
We've made something that's made it far more interesting.
Yeah. It's surprising how often that actually works.
On the 3-month course, quite a lot of feedback after students have finished that course. The thing that they get the most out of is where they've made mistakes and overcome them. And that we call design features.
Like fixing mistakes. Yeah.
Classic example, Brian May makes one guitar, as far as I can tell made no mistakes. Where is he now as a guitar maker?
Exactly. Yes. What else have we got in here? I think it's slightly scary thinking of working with wood after all these years working with metal. It's easy to not break metal. Yeah, but metal gets hot, the shavings are horrible, the dust is horrible. I mean, wood dust isn't also good for you, but
I come from primarily a metalwork background. It's different.
It is different, yeah.
I mean, the main thing I struggled with, I'm getting there, is bladed tools.
Yeah.
In metalwork, we don't use bladed tools. My go-to thing is a file, whereas Sean
Go straight to
chisels and planes.
Yeah.
I'm getting there now. I'm getting used to it, but it was just essentially alien technology.
What's your opinion on all the big YouTube channels advertising Gibson guitars as great cheap replacements for the original Les Paul? I mean, that would depend on what you think of the original Les Paul. How many are in this room? There's one there. There's one there.
The guys at Gibson do make some amazing stuff, though.
It's very impressive what they can make for very little money, and how close they get to an actual Gibson.
But at the end of the day, it's like I bought myself a Rickenbacker bass. I'd always wanted one since I was a teenager. First thing I ever learned to play was one of Lemmy's bass lines off a Hawkwind album, so I'd always wanted a Rickenbacker bass. I've got one now. I finally managed to get the money, got one.
Yeah.
It's not the best made guitar in the world. It's good. And a few people said to me, "Why don't you make one?" But it wouldn't be a
Rickenbacker. Yeah.
And it's like if you want to own a classic sports car.
Yeah, I was going to say
you don't just beat
Yeah.
a Ford Cortina into the shape of a Ferrari and paint
Well, that's
red.
it. Like if you wanted a Porsche 911 from whatever year, you wouldn't buy a Beetle and then like beat it into submission.
But it is the thing. I wanted that thing. I wanted the same thing that Lemmy played.
Yeah,
but
it is very much a name thing with Gibson. I mean, they get a lot of stick for headstock brakes, obviously, because they should just put a volume on it. But tradition. But
and if your favourite guitarist plays that and you want that. You've got to have that.
Yeah.
And a Gibson with a fake decal on it.
It's not going to do the same thing.
And you would know it's not the same thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, the audience does not care.
No, the audience doesn't care.
No. Thanks for your input, guys. That seems to be a really big topic. Don't really care as long as it sounds the way I need it to. Yeah, I mean you could buy chips and you can swap the pickups out for like PAF Gibson style pickups and it would sound fairly similar. It might not be as stable. The fretwork might not be as good. The wiring might be terrible. You can upgrade lots of stuff.
Yeah.
But it is actually not a Gibson.
And
they will sue you into oblivion.
I think for a lot of people, building their dream guitar starts off with like an idea of a Gibson or a Fender. And
absolutely.
As they play some, and then they make changes that are based on their own preferences and come up with something completely unique to them. And I guess that's the joys more of building.
With building your own, you can do exactly what you want. Like, I really like a Gibson Les Paul, but I hate that it doesn't have a volume, and I hate that the access is terrible, and I hate that you've got 4 controls and you only need 2 or whatever, that kind of stuff. You can just be like, well, okay, there you go. I've come to a place where guitars are, I feel like there's very little between a $200 guitar and a $5,000 guitar once they've been set up. And I'm a lot less worried about spilling beer on the $200 guitar. Yes.
There's also, the thing that I have noticed is particularly when you're recording, a cheap guitar, you spend more time fiddling around to get the sound right.
Yeah,
whereas
absolutely.
a more expensive guitar, and I don't know why, what magic it is, tends to just sound pretty good. Good guitar, good amp tends to sound pretty good. Whereas
I remember the first time recording in like a bigger studio, and it was just like, we're going to use this guitar, and this guitar through the same rig, and then I'm going to move them about, and then you can be like, that's the one. And it was the expensive custom built guitar. It wasn't my guitar, and it wasn't the other guitarist's guitar. It was the one he had in the studio.
Yeah.
We just played the same riff over the same thing with the same amp, same cab, and then we were like, that guitar sounds best. Don't know why.
Yeah, but then if you get a fish a guitar out of a skip
Yeah.
If it works, it works. But
Yeah.
that's just my legally many years ago recording a demo with the band. The other guitarist had a Fender Strat, I don't know, probably an 80s Fender Strat, nothing amazing. And I had a sort of mid-range Les Paul copy, and we spent ages trying to get a decent on the recording, getting my guitar to sound good.
Yeah.
Whereas his just sounded great.
Straight out of the box.
I think for me the main differences in those slightly more expensive guitars are the finish, the setup in particular.
The finish
because
and the
there's
setup out
more
of the
time
box
put
is
in it.
better, yeah.
And the electronics, that's normally the first thing I would change. Is get
Also-
some
And you look at the fretwork as well. I would expect on a $5,000 guitar the fretwork to be, well, flawless really. On a £200 one, I'm like, oh, if it's sprouted and there's sharp bits and whatever, and like the crowning is, like it's round and then there's a flat bit but they've polished it, and I'm like, okay, fine.
people
But
in time are expensive.
exactly, that's what you get. Like for a custom build, what you're looking for is that everything is how you want it.
Yeah.
That's
But also,
why you're spending that money.
because a custom build, it's got, since Matt, make me a guitar, I am holding you responsible.
Exactly.
And if your name is right, so
pressure.
you're going to want to make sure every detail is right
Yes.
before I touch it.
Yes.
Whereas
Absolutely.
a guy in a factory,
That's just his job.
a guitar comes down the conveyor belt, he sticks some strings on it, does
That's
a sort of basic 5-point setup or whatever.
yeah.
Stick
He
it
has
in a
to,
box.
yeah, he has to get it to a certain tolerance before
Yeah.
he goes out, and it's on a production line. So one guy will be like, "Oh, I do the leveling of the frets," and then it goes to the next person. "Oh, I do the crowning of all the all they do all day is yeah."
So there's no one person. Well, I
Yeah.
presume there must be a sort of line manager or something.
Yeah.
But even at the end of the day, they're just going to 45 guitars.
Yeah. It was
got
checked.
strings
It was
and a
checked
neck
by
on it,
Steve, Bill, and
Yeah.
Ted, and they all
Yeah.
said it was good. So I say
Yeah.
it's good, and then off it goes. Yeah.
So that's the big difference between sort of
Yeah.
a custom guitar and a production line guitar. But it doesn't mean a production line guitar isn't good or can't
No,
be.
or can't
but
be
you're
good
going to have
either.
to put a little more time in.
Yes.
I played with some great squires over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Lots of. You'd be surprised how good a guitar can get with a good setup as well.
Yeah.
That's it. What's that? That's why I'd love to make myself 20 different SGs. Really love SGs, but they're almost always cherry red. Yes, they are, Thomas. I know. Maybe we'll have to do you a crazy colour SG. But he's also said, I have a signed custom from me. I will be buried with it. Well, no, I appreciate it. But I don't think it, I'm not sure it should live in the ground. But don't know where it could go after.
Somebody worthy.
EMGs are pretty awesome, but dang pricey. I mean, have you tried bare knuckles? Because they're even more pricey. But I love them. Yeah, if there are any more questions, any more chat, this might be the longest one yet. We've had a lot of chatting, a lot of talking about guitars, which is always good.
I've still got a 14-day trial on the basic subscription if anybody wants to have a look at what we're doing and go over to the Guitar Building Academy website.
Yeah. If you heard
take a
that,
look
14-day free trial
on the basic,
on the basic subscription.
which is just to view the content. It doesn't have any of the extra stuff.
Yeah.
I'd noticed as though one guy earlier said he more or less stumbled on us today.
Yeah.
If you don't know much about what we actually do here, we also have an actual physical school here, which is sort of my department.
Yeah.
But we're just about to fully launch the online building academy, so you can take part anywhere in the world.
Yes, without having to come here in person.
And meet me.
Not that it is bad to do that. It is great to do that. Yeah. We also build guitars. That's kind of my department. And we also do this.
Yes.
Which is where you can win guitars. Thomas, yes, it is Ricky behind the camera, and that is spelled correctly as well. Yes.
I'm DLC.
Yeah, Ricky is DLC. We want to. I've never seen his face. He's just a legend that gets mentioned often. Well, he is. He likes to be the DLC, the Tony Hawk's, like the character that you have to pay a lot of money to unlock.
And then everyone's disappointed.
Oh, it's Mole Ninja. I have several guitars that I'll leave to my kids and they'll probably list them on eBay straight away. Oh dear.
Well, but then again, being able to see them being played. That's
Yeah.
the thing. I mean,
Yeah, at least someone's playing them, I guess.
yeah,
Right.
just gathering dust somewhere, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of want. I've got to think about what the hell do I do with all my, because none of my kids play. So what do I do with it?
Well. Yeah. Well.
Well, I'm planning on being cremated. Not anytime soon. But,
Next week.
I will not accept that as your notice.
Yeah.
but I'm not taking the rig with me, so that will have
Yeah.
some somewhere.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I'm all in. Thanks for the fun chat. I have another YouTube channel with 10,000 subs. I'll shout you out on that this weekend. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. I think we might call it there. We've answered all of the questions in the chat, and we will see you
On the 8th.
on the 8th of January after Christmas. I hope you have a good one, and I hope you get some guitar building subscriptions for
Rickenbacker
Christmas.
bass under the tree.
And a Rickenbacker bass under the tree, yeah. Or even an EQ pedal. Why not? Yeah, cool. I don't know how to end this now.
Let's just say goodbye.
Yes.
And then click that thing that.
I
switches
think
it
it's
off.
that one.
Yeah. You think it is?
I think so. Or is it? It's one of these. Either way, I'm
Click
say,
stuff
I'm gonna
until-
say goodbye, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna press buttons and see what happens.
Bye bye.
All right, bye.